guys, my name is Aviva Martin and I run a podcast called Visionaries for IDC Radio. Today, I will be starting an initiative to put the IDC podcast online as well. Amazing creative career interviews with some of the coolest people in their industries. Today, I am excited to be interviewing Eden Shohat, one of Israel's best nightlife photographers. And when he's not one of the best in Israel, then he's one of the best in LA, because that is where he is currently living and working as a photographer for DJs and comedians such as Borgor. And hi guys, welcome back to Visionaries. We are here with a very special episode. Eden, what have you been up to during this quarantine?
Well, basically not a lot. A lot of nothing.
Okay.
And I try to study more stuff about photography, editing skills, improving the video editing, especially the video editing, learn stocks, and that's it.
Cool. So stocks and improving your craft.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What about you? You having fun?
I'm mostly working out, doing interviews, having
All
a
right.
good time.
That's cool.
So to get to know you a little bit better and understand how you got started, could we hear a little bit what it was like for you growing up here in Israel, right?
Yeah. So I grew up in a place called Orakiva, like Hadera, Palestana, kind of north. To be honest, I had no connection to photography till age 18, basically. I played a lot of soccer. That was my goal, my dream, to become a soccer player. And I became a photographer. How disappointed.
Are you happy though that you're a photographer?
Yeah. Definitely happy.
Yeah, I feel like it's a kind of a more exciting route in many ways.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you really enjoy then doing as a kid? Did you like photography? Did you do any photography?
No, not at all. I never did anything that connected to photography. I don't think I even touched a camera before like age 19 or 18.
Wow. When was it the first time that you picked up then a camera?
It was around 18, 19 in the army. I was partying with my friend who was a photographer himself. And I think he went to the bathroom or like to talk with a girl or something. And he just like, yo, Eden, can you hold the camera for me? And he gave me the camera and I just like started playing with it, like taking some photos of people. And I love it. Like everything was so cool, like interacting with the people as well. That was the most exciting part, to be honest. And from there, he taught me, like a few days later, he taught me a few stuff about like the shutter speed, the aperture, and like all those like nerdy stuff, which took me like at least 2 years to learn it like completely, you know? It took me a lot of time to learn the nerdy stuff, but yeah, that's it.
So when you were learning, was this independent? Was this the internet? Was this your friend? Was that someone else?
Yeah, mostly my friend, the one who actually like got me into photography. And the internet, I usually like just learn only for like editing stuff, finding cool presets that I can edit the photos with. Yeah, and just playing with the camera a lot. I shot cats, people, everything that I could.
Cats and people.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you know you wanted to make this a job, or did you just keep doing it? How did that kind of escalate?
As a soldier in the army, you know, you don't make a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So I used to take photos on the weekend when I got back, when I didn't like staying in the base. I used to take photos at like parties. At the beginning, I didn't get paid a lot. Like sometimes I did it for free just to get my name out there. And after that, yeah, I started to get money. It was good money for like a soldier. And that's how I bought my first camera for like 8K, I think so, 8,000 shekels. And that was like, wow, that was a lot back in the days. Like, yeah, like I used to have a cash, all of it, and I just give it to the guy, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm spending that much for a camera. I know. I was
Where
like,
did you
wow.
buy it? In Old-Akiva?
No, it was like a second hand from
Secondhand.
like a person. Yeah, yeah.
Cool. And do you remember your first gig? The first time you got paid to shoot?
Yeah, it was kibbutz party on the beach or something, you know, like something very hippie, you know.
Yeah.
Very fun though.
I mean, as long as you had fun and you made money, so
Yeah. Not a lot, but yeah.
double whammy.
Yeah.
And then did you enjoy the process of gaining experience?
Yeah, definitely. That was the most exciting part, just to learn stuff every day. Like, oh my God, look at this new preset that I found. You know, the excitement that you get from every new stuff that you just learn. I mean, now I can say that I don't have the same excitement that I had when I was like just in the beginning
With
of my
starting out with
photography.
photography.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. Do you think this is like unrelated to photography necessarily, but do you think that you always have like an excitement when you take up a new like hobby and that just photography is something that you stuck with?
Yeah, I mean, even the stocks now, when I'm just like investing in like some stocks that I never did this before, I'm just like so into it right now. I'm just like watching YouTube videos, learning. When I'm into something, I'm, you know, full power.
Yeah.
But if I don't like it, like the first day, I'm just like, that's not me, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, I can feel that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what do you do as the photographer that you are now? Do you do photos, videos, editing for both, scheduling? Do you do your own marketing? Like, how does your job actually look like?
Yeah, basically, yeah, what you said was the correct answer. I do photos, videos, editing. I mean, marketing, kind of like putting myself out there. Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok now. And yeah, that's what I do.
Do you think it's necessary as a photographer to have a website and a social media and all these things?
I think social media is more important than a website those days, because like I don't think someone you know yourself that I have a website. I don't think you know that I have a website.
No, I do not know
Yeah,
that.
you see, but you know that like I have Instagram and like you know my work through my social media, right? You
Yeah,
don't know my stuff through my website.
yeah, that's true.
So like nobody goes to my website. I just send it sometimes to people when they're like requesting a portfolio or some stuff to see. So I'm sending them to my website because it just looks more professional than like sending Instagram.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I think website is necessary, but social media is way more.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So, how did your romance with Bickles start?
Okay. So I was shooting a lot of parties in the army. When I finished the army, 1 week later, I think so, I just took a flight to Toronto to visit one of my best friends, and I was there for like 3 months. I was shooting parties there, and in one of the parties, I saw that like Borgo is performing like the same weekend or something, and I was like, okay. I mean, I love him. I'm a huge fan. I want to get to him somehow. So I reached Yael, which is Borgo's sister. I reached her on Facebook. I sent her like a DM, like, hey, what's up? My name is Eden. I'm Israeli. Makore, you know, all this stuff. And I would love to shoot your brother, you know, I would love to film his show. Yeah. And she's like, yeah. She gave me Borgo's manager number. I texted him and we like did the thing, you know, and this is the first time I filmed Borgo. And it was fun, you know, it was like, wait, are you Israeli? What are you doing in Toronto? You know, it was so random. I was like talking in Hebrew suddenly, and then it was like, wait, what? because it was still like very fresh, you know.
Yeah.
It was still like very fresh in the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were always very much gravitating towards nightlife, and is it specifically like trap, dubstep kind of vibes, or is it just like any kind of nightlife?
I would say any kind of nightlife those days, but I always used to have like I shoot techno a lot, and it's so boring, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like compared to like shooting dubstep shows and like EDM, like Tomorrowland, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Do you have a pick for your favorite gig that you ever shot, or the most fun time that you've had?
I think I think it was Kid Cudi in Los Angeles. That
Mm.
was one of my favorites festivals, like shows that ever shot. I was like 2 meters from him, like on the pit between the stage to the crowd,
Yeah.
and he was like above me, and he's my favorite. Like, he's like my number one forever.
Oh, so exciting.
I remember I was like shooting, also filming with my phone just to remember this day, and I was like screaming. I was like,
Oh.
this is like, I can't believe it's happening. You know, I can't believe it. Like I grew
Wow.
up with him. You know. Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
How did you gain confidence in your abilities as a photographer?
I think through social media, you know, social media gives you a lot of uh, good response if you're good or bad. You know, sometimes it can be negative as well. Like something can be bad, like you think you're good because people love your photos,
Ooh.
but maybe you're like not such a good photographer, but
Yeah.
people just like nice to you or something. I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah.
I feel like you can see who's like the best photographers on the field, and you try to like copy them. So you like, if they're good and you like using the same techniques, the same presets, the same editing style,
Mm.
so you know that you're in a good spot somewhere on like
Mm.
on the levels over there. So that's kind of how I build my confidence as a photographer. You know, I just learn from the best.
Gotcha. Okay, so what does your day, an average day in your life, look like when it's not Corona?
When it's not Corona, all right. During the week, I don't have a lot of stuff. During the weekend though, it's busy. So I live in LA correctly. So I shoot Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. So it's a very long weekend. Sometimes I have events like in the middle of the day as well. So like I get booked twice a day. Um, Usually I'm outside of LA as well. So like sometimes I'm going to like short like touring flights, like only for the weekend. I go to like Mississippi and then New York, and then I'm going back to LA. Like 2 days stuff, you know? During the week I'm just editing the stuff, working on marketing, trying to do stuff.
Is it a word to mouth kind of industry? Like if you're I guess a musical performer, photographer in LA, is that mostly word to mouth or?
Kind of like I would say it's pretty small industry, you know, like even here in Israel, you know, like the ravers in Israel, like people, everyone knows everyone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Same in LA, like
Really?
everyone knows everyone. Yeah. So like if you're good, people know you're good.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, it's so small. You have no idea how small it is.
LA, really?
So small. Like EDM industries in LA, it's like always the same people. Like if you go to this party, you know you're gonna see like the same people you're gonna see every time.
Oh wow. Is that specifically in EDM because it's such a community, or is that kind of the general feel?
Yeah, EDM is very like the same, the same people. I don't know why.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. It's very cool. So what are some challenges that you face because of this line of work? Like, for example, I'm sure you had to leave your family and they're here in Israel and you live over there.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bummer. but I think I prefer not to regret it in 50 years than staying in Israel and then regret it in 50 years, you know? I'm still like in this process of like experiencing myself and like I'm still young. I'm 29 soon, but I'm still like considered young, you know? I do want to have like kids soon though. I do want to like get married and have kids and so I need to think on the future, you know, like the near future. Okay.
What are some things that you didn't expect that you've had to do as a photographer? Like parts of the jobs that you didn't foresee?
Yeah, definitely touring. I never thought I would be actually out there and like touring. I know I love photography, but I was like, I'm probably gonna be like the wedding photographer or like a bar mitzvah photographer, but the touring was my dream, but I never thought I would like actually gonna do it. You know, it's a lot of luck. It's a lot of like putting yourself out there and like met the right connection, the right time. It's all about timing. And like if you miss your chance, you're like you're never gonna know. Especially in Israel, which is like we're so far from like the touring scene and like it's so hard from here. Like so hard.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's amazing to see how your career has really been like an amazing set of coincidences of the right time and place. And also it's legitimately really cool that you reached out to Bogo's sister because that's an opportunity that not a lot of people would even have noticed. And it kind of started the whole snowball effect of you doing all this stuff, which is amazing. Like obviously a lot of it is your hard work and your talent, but I guess it's also the ability to notice an opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely the opportunity. Like I think there's a lot of talented photographers and videographers here in Israel, and like you know, like better than me, more talented than me. And I think with the right connections, they could have made the same thing, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. So how is the job different being in Los Angeles than it is being here in Israel?
It's definitely more, I will say in Israel it's very small. You as well, like you know all the people. It's always like in the same spot, you know, always like this huge park in Tel Aviv or Park Ayarkon or whatever where they're doing the shows. I forgot.
Yeah.
And
there.
yeah, in LA, you like one day you're in LA, the next day you're like in Arizona, and then you're like somewhere else, you know, in Canada. So it's very different the work there. Like it's very moving. You're not in the same place all the time. You move a lot.
Would you recommend for an Israeli photographer who is beginning and starting out and starting to get like really good, would you recommend them to move out to LA or to another city? Or would you recommend them to try to establish a career in Israel and then move?
I think first in Israel.
First in Israel.
Yeah, you need a good portfolio before you go swim with the big sharks, you know?
Yeah, LA is the big sharks.
Definitely big sharks. Like all the good photographers are there, all the good DJs, all the good musicians, all the good actors, everything on the creative side, everything's there.
Do you find that it really helps you also get better at your job, being surrounded by so many creative people?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. Sometimes like even tiring, you know, you're like, wow, I can never be that good. So yeah, it's hard, but I love it. It's part of it.
Yeah, definitely. So what's a bad piece of advice you once got from someone that they were like, oh, if you do this, this is going to happen. And then that wasn't the case at all.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of people told me not to do it. Like you're so like big here and like, you know, like you made it, like you making like good money and like, and I just moved, you know, I just like, I need it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were to talk to a younger Eden or like the Eden that picked up the camera when your friend went to the bathroom,
Yeah.
what advice would you give him?
Maybe be more responsible.
More responsible.
Yeah, I lost my MacBook 2 times. Yeah, like the second time it got stolen for good. And what? Sorry.
Where was this? Where did this happen?
I feel like 5 years ago in Israel. I just left it on a bus station. I went on a bus and I left my MacBook over there. Wow. I know. Yeah, and so many other things. Like I even forgot my lens in Italy once, like on a tour with Borgor. I left my lens over there in the club, or even my wallet in one of the tours in the airport. So but I learned, I learned the hard way from this.
Yeah.
This is like definitely a good advice.
To be more responsible.
Yeah.
What does working smart and hard in this industry look like?
Not being mean to people. It's very kitschy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like always stay positive with people. Don't give bad impressions.
If someone was to have a similar opportunity to what you had when you met Volgo in Toronto, and like that first connection, if someone was nervous about, hi, like I just reached out to you, we don't know each other, but I love your work. What advice would you give to someone who's like nervous in that situation, about to have that conversation?
Just to act cool, China act cool, like every time I was near Borgor, every time he looked in my face, the first 2 years, I was like, holy shit, don't die, I was like, wow, I can't believe he's looking at my face,
Wow.
And it was very like, wow, like I can't believe like I'm sitting next to him, or like even like on the plane with him, like I can't believe I'm on this stage with him. But now it's like, now it's like we're like punching each other and like we're like,
yeah, I guess after like so long, like you have
yeah, you're just becoming like, yeah, it's all like open now.
That's very cool.
Yeah, but as a fan, it's different to see it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
So you, if you lived in caveman times, like the old ancient humans, what role would you be for the tribe?
I think the hunter. I will be the one who's like go hunting food and like bring to my village.
Okay, very cool. If you were to take a course from one person that you look up to in any business, could be photography, it could be anything else, who would it be and what?
Steve Jobs, like with how to make good money.
Gotcha. Okay, good answer. Best trip you ever took? It could be fun, it could be work.
So I think best trip was being on a tour bus with those YouTubers. Their name is Cody Cohen and Old Miller, and we did like almost 2 months on a bus in the US. So we've been to every state. We even went to Canada a little bit, and every day to wake up in a different city was amazing. Like after a show, everything was just perfect.
Is it kind of like a school trip or not really?
You do have responsibilities, so like, but I think it's even more funner because like as an adult you have so many much more like you do your own decisions. Like school trip, you have like those annoying teachers like, yeah, don't go there, don't go there. Yeah. Then you have to like listen to the guy that like talk for like 45 minutes.
That's true. So that was, how long was that tour?
So we've been on, I've been to 2 tour buses with him. Once was almost 2 months and the other one was 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
And with Borgo, you've also done tours inside the US and outside the US.
Yeah. So with Borgo, I did another 2 tour buses, which were long as well. And the Europe we're doing with like flights, only flights. Europe we're doing only flights. Inside the US usually it's like buses when it's like long tours. When it's like only weekend tours, it's flights.
Which is better, bus or flights? For
Definitely
tour?
bus. Way more
Bus.
fun.
How is
Yeah,
it
oh my God.
sleeping in a bus with all the little beds like in Asia, and then you just wake up and you're next to everyone?
Yeah. It's like small bed. It's like like a cabin, you know, and it's like three beds on top of each other, and then three tops on top of each other, and then three, and then three. So like overall, there's like 12, I think. So depends on the bus.
Yeah,
And
really big as a bus.
it's huge. It's huge.
Wow.
And you have like the lounge in the back, and you have like a living room, and you have a shower, you have a restroom, you have kitchen.
Huh.
A lot of fun.
Is that also the photographer, the DJ, or the performers, and the light and sound and setup people?
Yeah, tour manager, photographer, sometimes videographer as well. The comedians or like the DJs and the lighting guy, the visual guy, their girlfriends sometimes.
Yeah, fair game.
Yeah.
Favorite gig you would want to relive?
I think Tomorrowland, when I was like behind this main stage with Steve Aoki and Morgor, that was fun. That was like, I also was still new to the scene, so I was like very like, wow, you know, like everything was just like, wow, you know. After a while, you're just like, that's cool, but you know, I've been here. But the first time was amazing.
So how's the backstage of Tomorrowland like for us obsessed Tomorrowlanders?
It's huge. It's like so big. Steve Aoki was obviously behind the stage, and you need to like climb to get to the stage, you know, like. And in the backstage, you see a lot of DJs, like Nervo, I think was there, like WW. I think I saw Martin Garrix, but just a lot of DJs. Also, I was new, so I didn't really know all those people. You know, like Asaf, like Borger was talking with all those people, and I was like, I have no idea who they are. Yeah.
That must have been fun to find out later. Like,
oh yeah. Oh, so many times happened to me, by the way. So
oh, especially I guess if you live in Los Angeles, you must run into so many people that is like.
All the time. Yeah, all the time.
Okay, so a random person on the street stops you and says, Eden, here's $1 million. What are you gonna do with $1 million?
Buy a house.
Buy a house in Israel and LA.
I think like in
Thailand. That might be too deep.
Thailand.
And I don't know. In Thailand.
Yeah, somewhere nice.
Gotcha. House in Thailand. How much of your success do you attribute to luck, and how much do you attribute to hard work?
I think 30% to luck, 70% to work.
What would your ideal bumper sticker say? The auto.
Yeah. I think I'm a cameraman or something, you know, something like not too flexy and not too stupid.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm a cameraman.
I'm a cameraman. What's your favorite word?
I think like schluck, maybe. You know schluck?
What's your favorite curse word?
I think wanker.
Wanker.
Yeah.
And like a heavy accent.
Yeah, like the British accent.
And the British accent. Nice. Are you a morning person or a night person?
Night person, 100%.
Night person. Who can always make you laugh?
My sister.
Very cool. What recharges you? Like what gives you energy?
Coffee. A lot of coffee.
Favorite flavor of bubblegum?
Watermelon.
Watermelon. Bam.
Yeah.
What do you do first thing in the morning?
Drinking coffee.
Coffee. What is the smell that you love that brings you good memories?
My grandma's food.
Is she in Israel?
Yeah.
Very cool. What do you feel accomplished after?
Like editing like a gallery or like an album from a party, which is like probably 400, 500 photos.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Like after editing them and putting them out.
Yeah, like it's like, like completing something,
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
What is a day not complete without?
Those days I'm trying to like working out every day. Like if I'm not working out every day, I'm like, damn, what a lazy, you know. So I think definitely working out.
Working out. If you have one motto you'd like to live your days by, or a quote that you really admire, what would it be?
Oh my God, can you help me with this?
Your answer also could be, oh my God.
I don't know, like live. I don't know, live. You only live once or something,
Okay.
Yeah,
The last interview I did was a drummer that said, live a good story. So I feel like that's very on the same page.
Yeah, very, very casual and boring. I love
No, we're all it's all the same.
Yeah.
What do you love to film the most?
To film the most?
Yeah.
Shows. Definitely shows.
Shows.
Yeah. Concerts.
What is it about the shows that you love to film?
Just the energy and like the vibes that the singer brings to the crowd or like the audience. Just amazing to see it and like the reactions and everything is just like set up for you for the perfect shot. It's like more entertaining than everything.
That's nice. What's your next dream?
I think to do something with like soccer / football.
Okay.
Like with the legs, the game with the legs. Or to be a coach or to film soccer. I always wanted to do it.
Oh,
always.
Wow. Filming soccer.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That would combine your adult and childhood dream.
I know. That's what I'm always saying. Like that would be the perfect thing for me. But
oh my God.
I'm not doing the step yet. I need motivation.
Well, I'm sending you motivation, Eden. You got this. After
Thank
Corona, you're the best camera, nightlife, and store photographer out there.
I wish, but remind me every day to do it, please.
Okay, when Corona ends, I'll text you.
Okay, thank you. Don't forget your dream, Eden.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that concludes the interview. Thank you so much, Eden.
Thank you, Aviva.
And yeah, have a great rest of your quarantine. Hopefully it goes well.
Well, stay home.
Yeah. And see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.